Hi everybody, it's Tina from Tina's Crafty Life. How are you? I hope you're good. I'm here with a project share. As you can see in the title, it says DIY Halloween bottles. The reason I did Halloween bottles is Dymond decorates, my daughter. She loves Halloween. From September, she already has it all up. Man, it was September 1st and she was putting Halloween up. She does. Her theme is always The Nightmare Before Christmas. She loves that movie. And I was looking at her jars that she had sitting out and about, and I'm like, Diamond, your jars are terrible. Can I make you new jars? And she's like, sure, Mom. This is what she had. She had plastic jars, and she had things just wrote on it with white paint. And I was going to use her jars, and I'm like, looking at them, I thought, they're plastic. They just have a dull look. I know I could tighten them up a little bit, but I had cooler jars that that have been in my basement, sitting there waiting for me to use. And I'm going to show you a before picture. You see, that's the before picture. I started one, and I'm like, man, I meant to take a picture. So you'll see a couple of them before. So this is two of them I got out of a free box at a garage sale. They didn't have the tops to them, so I'm going to show you what I used first. I used some plastic eyeballs. Golf balls would work too if you had them. Some netting. This was spider web netting from the Dollar Tree. I think I bought this like 3 years ago. This is all I got left. So I've used it many times. So I'm going to have to check to see if they have some, still carry it. Mod Podge, gesso, black paint, silver paint. That's all I used. Oh, and crepe paper. I used white. You can use any color because you're just going to be painting over it anyways. So here's the first bottle I did. What I did is I put the crepe paper on the top here because this was just no dimension on there. It was just plain glass. So I crepe papered it and I gessoed the whole bottle afterwards, painted it black, added some silver paint, put this snake run in here. This is the eyeball. Now when I did the eyeball, I just took some crepe paper, I Mod Podged it, and I put the Mod Podge in my hand, a little gob right there. And I kind of laid the crepe paper down, and I just went like this. I just crunched it up all over the ball and rolled it and got it to stay. And then I let that dry, and I even gessoed the eyeball to be able to paint it. So I painted it black, and then I just brushed some silver. Actually, this one is done in the wax. I switched to paint once because I realized this is a lot of wax. So I only have a little jar. So I switched over to using silver paint. And it says Deadly Nightshade. They're all little bottle sayings, and Sally's Cupboard, I guess she told me. And that is the first one. And I just added the little snake. And I told Diamond what would be really cool also is if she got the white netting to look like they were like spider webbed a little bit, like go like this, added some spider web, but imagine it white kind of here and there on them. So she might pick some of that up. She can do that at home. That's the first one. That was a bottle of a free box at a rummage sale. So always check the free boxes. Sometimes, they don't think they're going to sell it. So they put it in a free box. And look I found these two wonderful jars. This one is this. Look at that design. Ain't that cool? And I had a place for a label. I wish I didn't have a square one. But it looks cool anyways. And I added the snake and the spider. As well as up here I added the crepe paper to give it a rougher look. As well as I crepe papered the corks, because some of these two didn't have the little lids. They probably were fancy. I think these are like liquor decanters for like a bar where they poured the liquor in and they walked up all fancy like on Dallas. That's what I'm thinking. Because I couldn't find anything on them, I mean, to say what liqueur or liquor came in them at one time. So they probably had a crystal on top. You know what I'm talking about, guys? So I did the same thing. Decoupaged it, where I put the paper, gessoed the whole bottle, painted black, kind of distressed it with the silver, added the snake here and a spider, and wormwarts. Wish I had a worm because I'd have put a worm, but I didn't have a plastic worm. So that's what that one looks like. And I didn't have a lot of the little plastic things, and I wanted to at least get one on each bottle. So I figured maybe if I pick up a few more of them next time I go to the Dollar Tree, I'll add some to the backs of the bottle. So she has them sitting at an angle in her house that you can see the front and back. They both have that. Then I did this one, Fog's Breath. I had one mouse. I thought he looked cool. In this one, I did the same thing. Crepe papered. This one has a little netting on the cork. And I just crepe papered it, gessoed it, painted it black, added the silver. So cool. Fog's Breath. I made her two sets of each one. Now this was a candle Dymond had. She didn't have the lid anymore, but I had a lid that fit it because I always thought to look better with the lid. And I used some of the netting randomly here and there with crepe paper underneath, then the netting. I did crepe paper netting first. And same thing, gessoed it, painted it, added the silver touches. This one says Nightly Shade. I added a spider on the top. This one is still kind of wet from dry and not totally dry on the top yet. So that's what that looks like. I think they turned out so cool. My husband thought they were awesome. He's like, "Are you making us a set?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He wants Harry Potter though. This is a whiskey bottle, Buffalo whiskey, because I just left the label. I didn't worry about the label because I'm like, I ain't soaking a bottle. I covered it. You know, but the label's still on there. Same thing. I put crepe paper underneath this. I put a lot of the mesh on this one, as you can see. There's a lot of the mesh on this one. And same thing. Gessoed it, let that dry, painted it black, let that dry, added the silver. Added the little spiders here and there. That's what that one looks like. My favorite bottle is Buddy of Ice Drinks Crown Royal. He always saves me the bottles. Matter of fact, I did a message just tonight. I used my last Crown Royal bottle. He's like, okay, I'll save the next one that empties. And that's this one. And I used a lot of mesh on this as well as crepe paper underneath this. And did this. I left. It's the only bottle that actually had a lid. So I did that. Same thing. Back. And like I said, if I get more little plastic spiders, snakes, and mice, and maybe put that on. I'll add more onto them. But right now, I only had enough to at least have one on each bottle. I tried, but a few of them got two because I was lucky. So that's that bottle. Same way. Crepe paper, mesh, Mod Podge, crepe paper, mesh, Mod Podged again, so that this webbing would stay on it. So I Mod Podged over everything. And then I let that dry, and then I just sewed and painted black and added the silver. And then when I was digging around for Halloween stuff in my one Halloween box, I came across a mirror I did last year or the year before. I'm going to send it home with Dymond for her decor. It is Dollar Tree mirror. I got this, and I have mesh, yes, the mesh on there. Mesh. I took some little skeleton from the Dollar Tree, some of the spiders from the Dollar Tree. This is hot glue on this, and I did it just randomly like this and kind of went over it with a light gray. I'm going to touch this up with some silver though, because I think adding a little bit of silver touch, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So, once I got you on here, I'll show you how I'm going to add the silver to touch it up a little bit, because I think it's dull. I think it needs a little TLC. I have these foam brushes. I don't keep them because I call them throwaway brushes. I'm just going to put some on my tray. And I'm just going to get the tip, and I'm just going to come in and randomly here and there. I don't press down. You don't see me pressing down real bad. I'm just kind of here and there. So put the snake a little bit here. Here, get the mesh a little bit. Get the spider tad. And then over here, I'm just going to kind of do it real quick. Same here. I think it looks better already. Whoops. Sorry about that. I think it looks better already with adding this silver, don't you think? Now you're ready for the other side. Oh, the spider fell off. It's the other side. Where did you fall off from? Oh, right here. Thank God I never turn off my glue gun until I go to bed. Put it back. Looks good right there. Same thing. I'm just going to add a little bit of hint of silver just to give it a little touch. I even broke the mirror so that it looked old. See how the mirror is cracked? I wanted a crack look going in the mirror. It's a Dollar Tree mirror. And I figured it was sprucing up here and there. After I got it back on, I was like, oh my God, this looks so dull. Let's add a little bit of TLC to it. Instead of share. You can even brush real quick, like this. That's all what you want to do. And there we go. I think it just made it better. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, the mirrors from Dollar Tree, I will get one because I have a few of them. I believe still. Never know. No, I don't. Oh boy, you know. They're just little Dollar Tree mirrors. You find them in the makeup section at Dollar Tree. I guess I don't have any left. Wow. Usually I have a couple of those on hand. So that is my DIY bottles and mirror I made last year or year before. I think it's 2 years old. I could be wrong, but I forgot about it. So I thought I'd just come on and share them with you. And I know I have bottles that, oh, sorry about that. It's one thing about the Tim Holtz thing. It's glass on glass. When you lay something down, it makes a noise. But I have a few, like Scott mentioned, I forgot. So I'll have to get digging in my holiday stuff downstairs. See where my bottles are. But these are for Dymond. I know she likes them because she sent me a text message going, OMG, awesome, Mom. I love them. She's all excited to put them in her home. So I want to thank you for spending your time with me and watching me putz and show my mirror I did a year ago and or so, and added the little touches to sprucing it up. So, you know, if you have something you made and you look at it and you're like, oh, I need something, just spruce it up. Make it work like I did. I added the silver. I think it looks good. So, as always, be happy, be kind, be safe, be funny, be crafty, and bye for now. See you next time.